was like, Carrington, have you not put Laurel through enough? Come on. Come on, girl. It's not nice now. Hi guys, welcome back to the Shannon Show podcast. Hello if you're new. So today's podcast is going to be a review of Love Island USA Season 2 episode 30. I hope everybody is doing as well as can be, and I really do hope everybody is being as proactive as possible in supporting the Black Lives Matter movement. And if you're still on the lookout for some resources, I've linked some in the description. Feel free to comment down below your thoughts on my commentary. I'm always up for a chat, I'm always up for a debate. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. So, episode 30. Finally in the 30s, guys. It's not long left before it finishes. But yes, let's talk about the goings on of this episode. Let's talk about it. So first off, we've got Laurel and Carrington. Girl. So we've got them. So we're with them at the beginning of the episode. We see them talking. Carrington is just basically chatting shit, chatting absolute shit. He's telling Laurel that she's perfect and this and that, and how he just knew that he had to pick her. All of this bullshit, basically. And I knew it was bullshit when he said it at the beginning of the episode. But obviously there's some developments in the episode that basically it's just like, he was talking shit at the beginning. You knew he was talking shit at the beginning, but then he just does something and you're just like, wow, the fact that I was just so right, it's just astounding. But anyway, Laurel, it's just, I gotta say it. It's pathetic, Laurel. She's all like, yeah, I'm so glad that he picked me. I'm so glad that I got him. And it's just unfortunate. Because I don't even think she's just using him now. I think she fully, like I said, this Carrington guy, he's got the spell shattered, because the girls, I just don't know what he's doing to them. But yeah, it's just unfortunate because you can tell Laurel is so proud that she has won back what she thinks is a prize, but really is just a piece of trash, Shadi. And it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I want better for her. I really do want better for her. It's sad. Oh, girl. So then we have Bennett and Laken, and they're talking, and I don't really care about them, but obviously I just got to mention them. And they're both talking about how they have this connection and it's so natural, and I'm just like, where is this connection? Because the line is dead. I'm not hearing anything. So it's just like, what? But anyway, that's them. Next, we see Laken and Laurel talk, and Laken, you ain't fooling anybody, girl. It's a bit late for all of this. Oh my God. I feel so bad for you. He's trash. I hate the way that he treated you. She was coming with that angle, basically telling Laurel how, she didn't want things to be awkward and she hated how Carrington treated her. But it's just funny because when you thought you were going to be promoted to the main bitch, you weren't having any of these bad feelings. You were enjoying it. She was enjoying Laurel moping around crying for Carrington because she thought, yeah, I'm powerful, I managed to get Carrington. So for her to now try and switch it around, like, oh my God, he's trash and he's been treating her like trash and he's bad for treating her like trash, when you were willing to accept the trash into your life, it's just a bit cheeky for me, Laken. It's just a bit, come on girl, the acting is just, do you think you're stupid, girl? I mean, if you're going to put up an act, you got to be consistent, girl. The act was not consistent, but nice try. Then we see Laken and Carrington talk, and Carrington basically tells Laken that he's basically still into her. And when he said that, I was just like, wow, Carrington. Wow. It's just like, every day you think he's just going to be mild trash. He just has to up it up a bit. He just has to up the concentration of trash. So Laken, you can tell obviously we know that she's annoyed. She's pressed that she didn't get upgraded to the main bitch of the cult. So she cuts him off straight away, and she's like, "You're an actor. You played me, and you've made me look like you made me look like an idiot out here." And she's right. She's looking like an idiot out here. She was definitely looking like an idiot last night. And then after that, he's basically saying, "Oh, I was thinking about picking you. I was gonna pick you, but I just had to pick Laurel." And I was just like, Carrington, really? It's just kind of like, we know you're trash, but can you at least pretend to be a good guy for one day, for a full 24 hours? Like, because he was literally telling Laurel, like, 2 hours before, I think even on the same day, how perfect she was and how he had to pick her because she's the perfect girl for him. But then you're telling Laken that, yeah, you were this close to picking her and actually you did want to pick her, but you decided to stay with Laurel. Well, it's just, I mean, it's definitely trash behavior, but it's just funny to me at this point. It really is just one big joke. But yeah, Laken kind of just locks off the relationship. Carrington knows the jig is up, so he kind of just leaves it. But I feel like when he was telling her, "I was going to pick you, I was going to pick you," I'm thinking maybe he was trying to leave the door open, for a little bit of fun, keep her as a little side thing. That's what I was kind of thinking, because why else would he tell her that? Carrington. I was like, Carrington, have you not put Laura through enough? Come on, girl. It's not nice now. And then what's even more comical is that near the end, we see Carrington and Laurel having another talk where they're talking about the future. And it's just very clear to me that Carrington actually has no respect for Laurel. And I don't understand how Laurel kind of didn't peep that he is like low-key setting the foundation for a breakup. He's emphasizing the fact that they're not boyfriend and girlfriend. And he's basically saying, when we get out into the real world, we have to be realistic about things. And because we're not boyfriend and girlfriend, obviously, you can talk to other people and get to know them. But no, I'm still here. But basically saying we should see other people, but AKA, like, bitch, we're breaking up when we get out of here, basically. And he keeps dodging the Alabama questions. Like I've said in my prior podcast, Carrington is not touching no Alabama, shawty. He's not touching no Alabama. So after that, we do see a few more jelly moments this episode. I do think the jelly / J-Lib content is a bit more balanced this episode in terms of the edit. But we see kind of like an emotional moment between Johnny and Sally. She, tells Johnny she's close to her mum. Her mum's been through it. She's had a lot of health issues. And, she really cares for her mother. And she just, wants to make things as good as possible for her mother because she's been through so much. So I'm just kind of thinking, if you want to bring peace to your mother, then you're definitely going to have to dump Johnny, because let me tell you, you're going to be stressing out your mum if you're bringing that trash home, shawty. And then we also see another moment with them near the end of the episode as well. We do get some pretty good J-Lib content. Obviously, the first J-Lib content that we see, they don't drop the L-bomb, and they're not boyfriend and girlfriend yet. And Justine basically says that she's happy with how they are now. They don't really need any label. She's just happy to be with him. And you know what? I think that is actually smart. I do think it's actually smart. Do you know why? Because, it's great that they have all of these feelings together and it does seem so genuine. But this is a controlled environment. Love Island, the space that they're living in, is not the real world. And that's why I always just feel like if I was on that show, I couldn't let anyone be my boyfriend, and I couldn't be anyone's girlfriend, because you never know. The true test of the relationship is on the outside. So to me, if we haven't seen how it's going to work on the outside, I don't need to be claiming anyone as my boyfriend. So I think that's actually pretty smart to see what things are like on the outside world first before making the commitment of boyfriend and girlfriend, in my opinion. But who knows? There's still a few days left. Maybe something might happen within those days. But I personally think it's smart for them to just be partners right now, committed partners, but wait until they're on the outside world, see how it works out before being boyfriend and girlfriend, in my opinion. But I'd be interested to hear from you guys. Do you think where they're at right now, they're in a good position to be boyfriend and girlfriend, or do you think that they should see how things work out on the outside first? I'd be interested to hear from you guys. We also do get a bit more fun content from them. We do see them having fun, being goofy, which is kind of the edit I wanted to see, a bit more balance. And then obviously there's another development which I'll get into near the end. Then there's this kind of section midway through the episode, and everyone is just getting busy in the bedroom. You know, covers are being thrown over people's heads are bobbing up and down, bodies are bobbing up and down. It seems like love was in the air, Shadi. Then we see kind of Maura and Calvin. They're kind of getting closer. Again, they're having deeper conversations. They're talking about the future. And you know what? They do look really good together. But I still do think that they're just doing what they need to do to progress however far they can get. I mean, I could see them dating. I could see them as a viable couple. But I don't see them as long-term, personally. But I'd be interested to hear from you guys. Could you see Maura and Calvin working out long term? I'd be interested to hear from you guys. Then we have a challenge. I don't really think it was that juicy, to be honest. There was a few results I was hoping for the Mess and Me, Team Mess. Team Mess and Me did want a little bit more mess, but I think it was a pretty tame poll challenge, to be honest. But let's talk about it. So, for the boys, the first poll was who is the most fake and who's the least fake. I personally would have voted Carrington as the most fake and Caleb as the least fake. And that's what the house voted as well, and that's what the public thinks as well. And then obviously we see Carrington in the confessional saying, how he hopes that we like the show that he's putting on. And I don't know, it's just a bit cheeky because I do think Carrington does do certain things for the camera as well. And I'm not going to lie, I like the mess that Carrington brings. He has provided us with entertainment, even if it is at the expense of poor Laurel. Then the next poll question was best to worst boyfriend. And I would have picked best boyfriend Caleb and worst boyfriend Carrington. Surprisingly, but not surprisingly, the house picked Johnny as the best boyfriend, but they also picked Carrington as the least boyfriend. But they also picked Carrington as the worst boyfriend, and the poll turned out to be Caleb as the best boyfriend and Carrington as the worst boyfriend, which I'm not surprised about. Then we had like the best friend, most wanted to be the best friend, least wanted to be the best friend, something along those lines. And I would have thought best friend. I probably would have thought Bennett because he's just so forgettable. And then most Caleb because he's quite popular. But I thought possibly Calvin as well. And obviously the result was Bennett for, the least amount of people wanting to be his best friend, and Caleb as the most. And then we have the girls. And then we have, girlfriends, best girlfriend, worst girlfriend. And I knew that Justine was going to get most wanted for the girlfriend. And I thought possibly Moira as least wanted for the girlfriend, because she's just so indecisive and she's always just changing her mind every 10 seconds. I think she's decided now it's going to be Calvin, but for most of it she's kind of just been a bit everywhere. So I thought possibly Moira. House picked Justine as the most wanted girlfriend and Laken as the least wanted girlfriend, and that was the result. I'm guessing Laken because, you know, she's a newbie. No one's really checking for her, to be honest. Then Loyal, and I would have picked Sally because obviously she stayed loyal to Johnny despite all of the trash that he's brought in. And I thought the least loyal would be Maura, because again she kind of has not been very loyal. She's kind of just been everywhere. But the house picked Sally and Laken, and that was the public result. Again, I'm guessing nobody's really checking for Laken. She's kind of just been like the default result. And then the most two-faced. So I think the least two-faced probably would have been Laurel, in my opinion. I feel like she's been probably the most honest in the house. So I would have picked Laurel as the least two-faced. And probably Justine as well. I feel like Justine's been pretty honest. And the most two-faced, I would have said probably Laken, and possibly Sally after yesterday's episode. I think it was, yeah. Possibly Sally after yesterday's episode or the episode before, when she was basically rubbing it in when Carrington kissed Laken. So I thought possibly there. So the house picks Justine as the most two-faced and Moira as the least two-faced, but it turns out the result was the other way round, and Moira just starts crying. She just starts bawling her eyes out, and she's just sad for like a good chunk of the episode. So yeah, we just basically see Moira crying her eyes out. She feels very upset that the public has called her two-faced. I personally don't think Moira is two-faced. I think she's just indecisive. I think she's been very honest about her indecisiveness. So I personally wouldn't equate that to being two-faced, but am I missing something? Do let me know if you think that Moira has been a bit two-faced, and I'd love to hear some examples as well of where she has been two-faced. But yeah, we see Calvin comfort her, and that was very sweet. That was a very sweet moment. And then there is like a little pool party, and then we have the hideaway text, and it's confirmed that the Jaleb stands have come through, and Jaleb get to spend a night in the hideaway, and it was cute. You know, I feel like everybody was getting down and intimate that night. But yeah, I saw, you know, the covers pulled over the head. It feels like, you know, maybe there's some puzzling going on. You know what I mean. Seems like they're having a good night together. And then obviously we see the first look, and it's meet the parents. I thought they were going to do something like FaceTime because of the whole COVID restrictions. But yeah, I don't know about it, because I feel like meet the parents, despite I've wanted like meet the parents. Usually the parents play it pretty calm and are nice regardless of what has been shown, you know? I don't know. I'm just obviously, I guess the only kind of parents I'm kind of thinking would be Sally and Johnny. I mean, I would die a sweet death. I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of want to see Johnny get cussed out by Sally's family members. I mean, that would just be TV gold. Like, that would be so satisfying, but I don't think her family would want to do that to her on TV. I mean, even if you think about it, you would, even though you'd be warning her, I don't know, what would you do? If Sally was your daughter or your sister and you were now FaceTiming into the villa, would you expose Johnny in front of her, or would you just keep it to yourself and have a talk when she comes out the villa? I'd be interested to hear from you guys, because it's a sticky one. It's a sticky one because it's like you don't want them to be with this trash guy, but then there's only a couple days left. And also you don't really want to embarrass them on TV. So yeah, it's a sticky one. It's a sticky one. But yeah, do let me know if you are hoping there's going to be any drama with the Meet the Parents. If you think there is going to be, or if you think it's just going to be a very calm, very chill Meet the Parents. I'd be interested to hear from you guys. Of course, let me know what you thought of my commentary. What do you guys think of this whole Carrington situation with Laurel? I mean, I just feel like Carrington is just, his bags are already packed. I just feel like, I don't know, Laurel needs to sharpen up. What do you guys think of Moira and Calvin? And what do you guys think about the state of J-Lub? Do you think where they are right now is safe and good and smart, or do you feel like they should progress and be boyfriend and girlfriend before they get out of here? I'd be interested to hear from the J-Lub stands. Do you think Laken was really being here for Laurel, or do you feel like she is being fake and was only pressed that she wasn't picked? And yeah, subscribe if you haven't yet, and if you have, don't forget to put my notification bell on so you know when the next podcast is dropping. I'm also trying to get to 1.8k subscribers. I'm almost there, so I'd appreciate if you help me out with that. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. Till next time, guys. Bye.